what's up and what's going on, everybody out there? Appreciate everybody being here. If you are a Chillmonger fan, if you are a Back of the Bus fan, if you are a Planet Fanatics fan, we appreciate you being here. You are a fan of ours and a friend of ours. And again, appreciate everybody being here. Chill, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing exceptional.
That's great. That's great. And Marcus, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Doing okay.
That's good. We got some things to talk to you guys about. And as I kind of mentioned last night, we are going to kind of come together and make this. I think this was our fourth week doing this, fourth time doing this, not in a row because I messed that up last week, but that's our fourth time doing this. And so we're trying to make this a consistent thing, kind of get more in depth with the show. And I think just all three of our personalities really work good together. And hopefully we can bring you guys a good show every time. So that is something we're definitely working on. But as far as today's show goes, we do have some things we want to get into with you guys. We want to talk about, obviously, X-Men 97, the finale, and give our thoughts and let everybody kind of talk about that. But obviously the main thing tonight, I talked about last night on my show, but definitely wanted to talk about as a group with these two, was the treatment of T'Challa last night in the episode of 97. What Bo DeMeo had to say about not being able to use the character, and just the ignorance online and on Twitter surrounding, I guess, the continuity of the character, because I guess that's in question, and then a bunch of other things. So we're going to get into all of those things. But let's see, let me share.
Let me start with the ignorance on Twitter. I think it's widespread ignorance on the same guy who's got like 7 accounts, because you can't all sound like
definitely a bot or two in this equation. Like the guy that I was just talking to is either in a grade A. Oh, I gotta watch how I say that. He can't say that anymore. He is he's touched, or he's trying to get a rise out of me, and that's why I kind of gave it back to him in a very petty way that I gave it back to him. Because either way, you're rubbing me the wrong way.
It was fun going back and forth with certain people. You'll close that DM box. Like, we may have said things.
It did just closed it.
Hey.
I just closed it. There was. I'll tell you one. I don't want to give him too much attention, but it's just the dude that I was going back and forth with. Him. No, not him. Sorry, the dude that I was going back and forth with for the majority of yesterday. Because he was the one that kind of started it. He came in on my post, and I had posted originally, hey, are people finally starting to see? Are we waking up to what's going on with T'Challa, the treatment, blah blah blah? Yeah. Where he had replied to me and just said, "Oh, it ain't that deep," And I'm like, for me, when people say that, I'm like, it's not that deep to who though? To you? It's not that deep to you that the character's not being used. It is a deep conversation though. I know before we even got on here, Marcus, you were arguing with somebody, and I didn't get to read it because I had to run to the bathroom. To where his reply, I did read the first part of his reply where he said, "Yeah, but he was only really talking about some." I'm thinking the mental gymnastics.
I literally reached out to Darius because I knew he had the clip. I'm like, please send me the clip of Winterbomb saying that X-Men 97 is squarely in the middle of the continuity for the 90s shows. This man doubles back and said he didn't say which shows specifically. What did he say? He literally mentioned Spider-Man because no other crossover existed. Man, what are you talking about? So between 92 and 97, there was no other crossover happening with Marvel animated shows. Black Panther,
crazy.
Fantastic Four. Nobody crossed over with the Hulk or Iron Man or Captain America.
In the show that he claims that he was talking about, Spider-Man, he says since that's the only one that crossed over, he would know that in that same series, they had their version of Secret Wars where all of those characters, except for T'Challa, were there.
Yeah.
It all crossed over. So it's just like that's why when people get online, I'm always like, it's how I was talking to Idris Elba today on Twitter. It's how strong people come. Idris Elba.
Idris Elba. Okay, I got you. That's real smooth. I was like, no, you didn't cap like that. So smooth.
Just Idris Elba. Yeah, no. He was taking the same. He was just like, we're all just like, it's crazy how hard some of these people come in here with being misinformed on some of these topics, and I'm always just like, I just said, it's just a thumbs up today. I wasn't arguing today. I was just giving you the.
Asking, I'm like, do you genuinely not know that this video I'm posting didn't happen?
Yeah.
Or are you trying to get some engagement? You want somebody to go back and forth with you online? Like I'm doing research. I want to know: are you a bot? Or are you just a dumb person?
Yeah, he's most of these people I assume are bots. This dude, he said, the CJ dude said he wanted to come on the show. Not tonight. He said he wanted to come on yesterday, but then when I reached out again about it, crickets, because I was going to have him come on yesterday and please explain to us what you were trying to say. He didn't come. So no, it's crazy, the stuff being said on Twitter, the ignorance. I didn't have any energy for the arguments today. I wasn't jumping in spaces to argue with anybody. Not today.
People are not even embarrassed when they run up against evidence anymore. Like, it's not. I put the video of the man literally saying the first sentence in the continuity of the 90s shows. It wasn't enough. It's still it's still misfiring. You know what I mean?
Because he didn't say which 90s shows. He obviously was leaving out the one show in the Fantastic Four.
That would prove what the hell I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, all the other shows, Hulk, Iron Man, Spidey, X-Men, yes, just not Fantastic Four.
Gotcha.
And that is why I said that, most of them don't, when you hit them with the evidence, they don't want to. That's why I said it's willful ignorance, because even when you have the evidence in place in front of you, that's why I'm saying I wish we'd go back to that. I wish we'd go back to that. I think I even said that way back then. Just block me. Yeah, so it's pretty crazy. But as far as like the show overall, 97, I thought, beat for beat, episode for episode, the dialogue, just everything. It was great. Of course, I have my complaints. I do have my complaints with the show. I thought it was fantastic, though. I did want to kind of get into something Bo said today about Storm that he addressed. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Ooh-wee. And
yeah.
Responses back to him.
Yes. I was liking a couple of them. Yeah, I was liking a couple of them. And I agree with a lot of the things that were being said, because we've said those things. We've talked about it. We've talked about, like, I think the last time we came in here, I said how they were like, oh, you got 5 more episodes. She's going to show up. She's going to do this. She's going to do that. And then when we finally got down to the 2 to 1 episodes, well, you got another season. She's going to do that. So I'm looking at it and I'm, because Q was even saying, surely they're not going to have her not do anything in the finale. Surely not. And I was like, I said the same thing. I'm like, surely not. The spill he gave today, let me go to it. The spill he gave today about how she's
empathetic.
Yeah, she's empathetic.
That's her superpower, is their empathy. Forget that Omega level mutant stuff.
I may have heard that before.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know where I chill if you're
heard of that before. Has some similar trait that all of the forgotten X-Men characters in this season of X-Men 97 share.
Yeah, the character was Falcon. I know he can fly. I know that she can fly. That was it.
Yeah, empathy.
Yeah, Falcon. There you go. Because I was just going to say, it's no different from when Anthony Mackie and Kevin Feige got in that damn interview together and said that his superpower is his humanity. I'll never let that shit go. I'll never let that shit go.
Hey, I don't know what Kevin Feige has against Anthony Mackie, but tell me you didn't want this man's film to be successful without telling me.
Bruh.
His superpower is his humanity. Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
I'm trying to find because I liked a lot of that today. That was being said to him. Here it is. All right. So
this would explain the X-Men and why Storm isn't so highly featured.
Yes. So Bo tweeted out, X97, you wanted your Jean Grey moment. You're welcome. To where Marcel commented back, where was the Storm moment? You literally ignored her electromagnetic control, limited her to just a poor gust of wind and sickly lightning bolts, and did not give her even one pivotal moment during the finale. Your treatment of the visibly black characters, especially Storm, Especially Storm is unforgivable. You cannot convince me this does not come from a place of innate anti-blackness that you yourself have. Yeah.
So I like this, and
I liked it. Oh no, I thought I liked it. I liked his other one. I like it.
The last sentence is what made me unretweet, because I was like, I don't know this man. You know what I'm saying? And that's a heavy accusation to put at his feet.
It is.
At the same time, I refuse to sit up here and ignore the fact that every character that just somehow got, left out or put to the side is what?
Yeah, we know.
Bishop, Storm, Sunspot, or had some sort of like severe retconning to their lore, right? And he's the only character that they did that to. Yep. The only one. We could even talk about the oversight of Storm's background in episode 1, where she's over there talking about, oh man, I always wondered what it was like to be human. I'm sorry. Who is it that you are so intricate that you can give us a reshaped paradox between Madeline Pryor and Jean Grey and Scott to make them one big ass happy family where everybody's cool with each other, and now Jean Grey's calling him his son, right? You can evolve that. You can take parts from the comic books and from the actual lore and make it make sense, right? You can take somebody like Rogue and involve her relationship with Magneto and the conflict that she had with her and Remy, the man that she actually loved, and the man who could give her intimacy, which was Magnus, right? You can get intricate about all of these characters, but it's Sunspot, and he looks not like he's supposed to look. He's got a white voice actor, and you've completely changed his backstory where his activist father is killed, sticking up for black people in Brazil. Help me. He gonna have to explain that to me. Why those characters? Why those choices?
Well, he did. He said there's more to Black power and pride than action and violence.
Now, when
that's why the black.
Ooh, now he's pissing me off.
Exactly. When I read that earlier, I was like, "What the fuck? What?"
For Jean Grey, Wolverine, Cyclops, Nightcrawler, Rogue, Professor X, Magneto, Morph, and every other character on this show, violence befits them, and it's the way to show that they're a good character and that they're a good hero.
Yeah.
But for Storm, it's being gone. And then even if I take the whole empathy angle, right? That's she was the first one to recognize that Bastion could be saved. Fam, even if I give you that, why does she need to be off screen for 6 episodes?
Right.
Why does she need to be off screen for this long? If her empathy powers are so strong, you should be able to show us that. If you really felt so strong about what she could do as a human, then show it to us. You didn't give us any of that. You shelved her for the entire meat section of the season, the middle section of the season, the body. Brought her back in the last 2 episodes, and she didn't do anything except for advocate for Bastion. Which would have been fine if she had done something else in the rest.
No, it would have been, because that's what I thought too. In episode 9, when she's up there, when she's telling them, me and Forge will handle the skies, you guys take to the grounds. I'm thinking, here we go. She's about to do some Omega level ass shit. Here she goes. No, she gets shot out of the sky and then falls into the water. And I'm thinking to myself, nah, bro, like that's the usage of Storm in episode 9. And not only just in episode 9, I was really shocked that she didn't even show up in episode 8. What episode was it? Okay, let me put it this way. After Genosha was burned, I was shocked she didn't immediately show up in the next episode. I was shocked she wasn't immediately in the next.
Planet are fighting for their lives, and we never even explained that. She was
off on
before Genosha. What is she doing? It just moseys on in. Yeah, I'm back.
And then the way she comes in is like, it's the way I expected her to kind of come in the episode where Jubilee and Roberto were running from the Prime Sentinels at the mall. When she comes down and makes it, it's raining and she runs up to Storm, she hugs Jubilee. I was expecting that in that episode, maybe a bit more obviously powerful, her showing up, but Storm was sidelined.
I love Jubilee. there isn't an X-Men project that should exist where she's on screen more than Storm.
And somebody else mentioned that too.
I don't really care what your reasoning is or what your idea of what Storm is as a character. Put her on the screen, fam. If you feel so strongly about Storm, you should be able to write her. You should be able to show that strength that you're talking about. You're expecting us to feel it, and you didn't put it in your work.
Right.
You didn't. She wasn't there. All of this stuff that you're talking about sounds very beautiful and poetic, except she wasn't there.
That part, she wasn't there. She wasn't there. Bishop wasn't there. Then when Bishop does show up, he's talking about,
Bishop is a time taxi. He's a time taxi. That's all. He's a time taxi.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's a good way to put it.
Let me run you guys back and forth through the future. It's his only purpose.
That is it.
In the future, I don't remember seeing Storm there with Jean and with Cyclops. And then in the past, I think it was only Beast, Magneto, Rogue, and Nightcrawler was there in the past. Mm-hmm. Right? What was Storm?
We didn't see where Storm and Forge were. I don't believe we saw where they were.
Well, we saw Forge. We didn't.
Did we see? Oh, that's correct. Storm is presumably we at the end picture there. Hold on, let me see if I can find that.
Was it presumed dead?
I found it.
Did you find it?
Let me share it.
Okay.
It's on YouTube. This is the final scene of the whole show. I mean, until the end credits. But those were the 5. And Scott and Jean are over in the future with the little cable. I don't remember seeing Storm.
Fast forward to Forge looking at the board with the missing mutants or presumably off-world mutants.
I'm on YouTube, so I don't have it. This was only like a clip of the ending. It wasn't an episode.
Okay, I'll find it.
That would be on brand with them, right? How would they just forget Storm? Yeah, that's weird. I remember I was telling you guys maybe the first time we spoke, I said, like, it's an ensemble cast, everybody. Some people are going to get their episodes. There's 3 more left. Of course Storm is going to get hers. Why wouldn't she? And for Bo DeMayo to hit us with that.
Yeah. Storm, you can't really see it in this picture, but it did say, hold on. Hold on. It does say on that when he was looking at it, it said, there it is. Come on, bro.
Got it.
Not a blurry picture. You got it? You found it?
It says the same thing everybody else got. So nothing special.
Presumed
dead. Is it presumed dead? Probably something like that. I don't know probably whatever Jeans and Scott says, presumed dead. But yeah, so that's where Storm was. But we did not see her. We didn't see her with any of the groups. So no idea. No idea where she could be. But they are obviously setting up all of these guys to be certain teams. From what I've seen as far as theories go, some people have theories that some of these people here are going to be the team that goes to the past, the team that goes to the future to get them, So, and as you can see, I'll let you make the observation for yourself, but what's not here in that picture.
Anyone with melanin in their skin?
There you go. So yeah, no, it's I don't know. I mean, again, I talked about this episode after episode 4, and I got called all types of shit. But the writing is on the wall. I mean, it is what it is. And I do want to go back to what Bo was saying there on the other things in regards to this, because he went on to say, I don't know if you read his whole thing, but he went on to say Storm's journey was realizing she is more than her gifts and that she had internalized humanity, hatred against her. She returns to the team pregnant with wisdom, repeatedly speaking truth to her teammates to remind them who they are and not what they stand for. She's the first.
That's literally Professor X's role, and he took over Magnus's mind to turn the power back onto the Earth. He dominated him and almost broke his psyche. You wrote both of those things. You're talking out of both sides of your mouth. Storm is pregnant with knowledge and blah 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 blah, and she's wise and leading the team. That's Professor X. You're role doing that, and you're allowing him to dominate other people. His best friend.
When
What are you
people like Bo DeMayo have to have their art criticized, their back is on a wall. They're gonna look for ways to try to defend themselves. He probably knows this, and because he's getting feedback from Marcel for Congress, who's running for Congress in South Carolina,
Marcel
because of this,
Dixon
he's gonna change the way.
flaming his ass too.
Oh, is he getting feed or on Twitter?
Who's that?
Oh, Marcel. My fault. I'm thinking something
So
else.
this guy here giving
Yeah.
Bo this will make Bo DeMayo change up season 2, season 3. But wait a minute, he's fired, so he's not going to be able to. So this is just venting with no good outcome. You know how we always complain T'Challa should be recast, as well as everything. Every type of feedback we give, we're saying this so that it's heard, and then they course correct. Unfortunately, this is just venting, and Bo DeMayo is not going to switch up and make it.
Oh
better.
yeah, no.
I mean,
No. He said she is the first to be empathetic enough to see that Bastion is more like them than he appears, and he is too, and that he too is suffering from the very same internalized loathing she struggled with earlier this season. Right.
That happened out of circumstance. It's not like her and Charles were sitting there right next to him, and she beat him to the punch. I'm trying to be empathetic. You are. It's what Chill said. You're writing excuses as you go. It doesn't make any sense, and it's contradictory to what you wrote. That's the
exactly
kind of double-edged sword to being the head guy. You're getting all the praise. Well, we're the criticism as well because you're the guy.
Right. Yeah. Sorry. He went on to say, I was trying to pull up that Chill for me if you can. Pull up when Scott tells her to bring the forecast. Marcel said, okay, why did you completely depower her? No temperature control, no tidal waves, no blizzards, no air pressure attacks, no EMPs, no force fields, no solar particles, nothing. All she did was clap for her white friends when they got their shine. She pretty much made Storm, you pretty much made Storm into a damn mammy. Oh, shit. Okay, I didn't read this part. Okay, cool. Them wanting to accept Bastion was ludicrous. He committed a damn genocide on their race. It was morally, help me on that one, morally monotonous and unbelievable.
So I have been struggling a bit with
the mammy is interesting.
That's deep.
Yeah, the mammy was the icing.
But the thing I've been struggling with is when I initially saw Genosha and Magneto's response to Genosha, right? I was on Magneto's side. I was on his side, and I couldn't understand where everybody else was coming from. Like, yo, what is wrong with y'all? Like, literally, they just killed millions of you. Yeah. And probably are still actively trying to kill you. What is all of this kumbaya horseshit, right? I had to put it into some real world context.
Oh, yeah.
When people get attacked, they lose reason. They lose context as well. This is no longer an age-old battle between two foes. No. We were wronged. We need blood. And when you go into it like that, thinking like that, that is literally how you get to places of genocide.
Right.
It's exactly, I think, what we are witnessing here today in real life events that are going on around the world. People think that they have a right to carry out a punishment without any type of oversight because they were wronged. So, like, looking at Magneto shutting down the power of the world, I think we talked about this before. Planes, cars, ventilators.
Life support.
A lot of people died. Like, a lot of people died. And they're probably not going to show that in the series. But there were a catastrophic number of deaths. It had to have been.
Planes.
So, where did those planes land? You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's you had to do something. I wish the language was a little bit more empathetic while we're talking about empathy. I wish it was a little bit more empathetic to the lives that were lost on the mutant side. But at the same time, you couldn't just allow Magneto to destroy the planet out of anger, out of just spite.
I agree. Yeah, and it's
Fine, I guess so.
like Marcel said. He said, it is the X-Men. Their powers are a major part of their identities. Magneto, Rogue, Cyclops, Morph, and Jean all got to cut loose. Why the hell did Storm have to sit back and just be either the mammy or the black best friend who claps for their white peers? Yeah, he hit the nail on the head with that mammy shit. Because I don't know if I would have thought of that analogy. She definitely, yeah, I see it. I definitely see it. She's the cheerleader for
Like
sure.
the cheerleader or the nanny. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
for
We were
sure.
promised a leader of a show, and the leader ends up gone for 2/3 of the season. It's not leading. She's not leading
Right,
anything.
right. No, it
And
was the
if the
Summers.
story was about her being more than her powers, I think she realized that when she gained them back, when the
Mhm.
smartest psychopath on the earth couldn't bring her back, getting her powers back, and she found a way to get them herself. Arc completed, fam. Arc completed. Get on to the violence.
Yep, I agree. I agree. No, I mean, there's so many other responses that were in agreement with Marcel. That of course people that were in agreements with Bo. But he
Not
overall,
Word Without Fear. He was definitely he wasn't feeling that at all.
And he
who
just
was that?
shot my hope for season 2. Like, what else did you make? Because if his response is, "Oh, hold on, there's a reason why we had to bench Storm in season 1 because you don't know what's coming in season 2." That wasn't his response. It was,
No, it
"I am
wasn't.
doing enough empathy. I can expect more empathy in season 2 now."
The
Yeah,
same
that's it.
way he responded to the Sunspot stuff is the exact same way he responds to Storm. It's defensive. It's I know better than you do. It's not what you think it is. Get over it.
What about
Yeah,
it also that with her going, "Oh, we got to forgive Bastion"? That is, they chose that character to do so because they want to signal to people like revolting and all that anger stuff isn't the way.
Damn, don't get me started.
I
Don't get
I
me
wasn't
started
gonna
on
go there
that.
with it. I know where you're going, and I was thinking about it, sitting here thinking like, do I even want to open that fucking can?
Because you
Yeah,
know
I
we got
remember
to go
watching
there
you and
tonight
Darius. You were
anyways.
telling me
So
about how
don't
it's
leave
always
it
a
there.
black woman singing the national anthem. I brought it up, and you took it there. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say they do that just to improve nationalism, patriotism, rather, in the black community. You were saying that the words are literally like racist words.
yeah.
The origin of the song, and they're
The
trying to
whole
like.
song. Yeah, if
Mhm.
you listen,
Whole song is
if they were to ever let somebody sing the actual national anthem, people would be like, the fuck is going on? Yeah, no, it's very racist. But to go back to what you were saying, it is always our race that has to be the sympathetic, the bend the knee race, the ones that have to be the cheerleaders, the fans, on the side. It's damn, what's
love your masters,
the
love your
perfect
enemies.
example? One of my good friends, his son played for me. He whenever remember what was his name? What was his name? What was the boy's name? There's so many, I forget. I'm sorry. He was running in Atlanta, and the two white men got out the truck and shot him.
Ahmad
Ahmad
Aubrey.
Arbery.
Yes, and I believe it was either I think it was either his I think it was his or it was another one that where his brother had got up and said we forgive, we forgive them and da 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 da. One of my friends, he had reshared that and he said as a race we are too forgiving, and that kind of makes me just it kind of just brought me to what Chill was saying, brought me to that because it was like him saying we being the cheerleader, we're just always the race that has to be the second. You know what I'm saying? That has to be the sideline. That has to take the back seat. That has to be for lack of better words of it, the cheerleader.
To the
And
point where it could be this blatant and everybody just expects you to go along with it. Like
yeah,
there are a few instances where it gets offensive to me, right? Not just the fact that Bishop pops in erroneously after being gone for 9 episodes and starts talking to Forge about his intergalactic Uber, right? It's not just that. Do you know that they went back and tried to change the Marvel database in lieu of all of this criticism and didn't even get it done correctly?
In what way?
So there is like a chronological order of all of the episodes of Marvel projects that have ever been made. Right? There's a catalog of them. I think who found it out? Herschel from Black Comic Lords saw this. He caught it. So for that Fantastic Four episode that I was mentioning to Slowboy earlier, where T'Challa is introduced and he literally tells the team that his father died 10 years ago, right? In that episode, they have him chronicled as Earth, blah, 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 T'Challa. But then if you scroll down, it says King T'Chaka.
So and they're in the works of scrubbing that and changing the database. Someone is gonna change it, and it's. I bet if we logged on right now, it would be.
It's probably changed, but we already have the screenshots. We know that you did it. Like it's not. Like, first of all, I know what the truth is. I saw it with my own two eyes. So that's not going to change anything for me. And then two, it's the fact that they are willing to do something like that so abrasively. Like that's just not.
I would say that it's a fan.
How are you going to be about it?
But it's a Marvel fan who's updating these fan pages. So the Marvel doing it on the show is where my ire is at. Not really like
a fan page. I thought that was the. Let me go back. Let's see if I can find it.
Yeah, the video I saw on Black Comic Lords, it was one of those fan pages. It wasn't. Marvel doesn't have an actual page for the continuity and all that stuff. That's just one of those fandom or the wikis. And them doing that though.
Comics. I don't know if they have one for the films. You're right.
When they do that stuff and fans are so quick to like cover up for them, it hurts. Like whose side are you guys on?
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, so that was presumably an X-Men fan that went in there and changed that. Oh, nasty work.
And I guess you got to be an administrator to get the whole thing changed. It's happening in real life, in real time. They're changing that on the websites, but even when they don't change it, whether they change it or not, I saw it with my own eyes. I know in 1997 when they were creating when they did the Black Panther character in the shows, they were using T'Challa. There's no way that they weren't using T'Challa.
But I don't even know. Sorry, go ahead.
And when I saw him in season 4, and I saw him cameo in the X-Men show, there's no way they go, this character is T'Chaka, and we'll revisit this 2 decades later on a streaming website called Disney Plus, and then we'll get T'Challa later on because it wouldn't work out with the timelines. That was obviously the Black Panther T'Challa.
I feel like we saw an episode where Cap ran into T'Challa's father, like with the Howling Commandos. Am I off base here?
I remember that in the BET cartoon where they had adapted.
Oh, okay, that's what it was. I
was going to say the BET one because in the 90s original series, he's with the Howling Commandos, but it's with Logan. It's when him and Logan. It's a time jump back deal. But it's back to what Chill was saying about them trying to say it was T'Chaka. Not how is that even a conversation though? You can pull the episode up and T'Challa will tell you 10 years ago my father. I mean, I don't know, how is this a conversation? Like, where is, like, how do you even continue your base argument after that is shown? That's what I'm saying. It's willfully ignorant at this. Like, I don't have the energy to have a conversation with you. If I'm giving you a video where, that's what I told dude yesterday, you are now not arguing with me, sir. You are arguing with Marvel Studios. Marvel Studios has said what it is. So it's like, it's crazy. I can't. That's baffling.
It's worth having those arguments, just like in the NBA and NFL. There's a mock draft where you can see what would happen, how things go. There are mock arguers. There are people watching and going, "Oh, if I ever say some dumb stuff like that, I'll be owned just like that." So us having a public disagreements with these clowns and exhibiting just how stupid they are is for the benefit of like future conversations that won't happen because we are shutting them up really early.
Right.
And informing, educating.
Right. Yeah. Before we get into, because for everybody, I didn't say this at the beginning. If you have any thoughts on anything that's been going on with the T'Challa stuff with the X-Men 97, or you just want to kind of voice your opinion, I'm going to put the link down below for you to join. We're going to kind of give at least like maybe 60 seconds, a little bit over. Try to keep it also. Don't say anything I wouldn't say. Don't say anything that we would say. Keep it PG if you can, just so there's no strikes or anything. But we're going to put that link there. So if anybody wants to join and come into the stream and give their thoughts on what you guys have been, seeing with T'Challa or seeing online, the link is in the comment section. So you can
I'm
join.
supposed to play Give Him the Forecast?
Yes, I was going to say, how'd you pull that up? Because this is the only time we saw Storm do shit outside of, outside of the, I mean, if you even want to call that boss, I don't really call that boss. I just call that getting her powers back. I mean, that was it. The new costume. It was a dope scene. I'm not downplaying that scene. It's a dope scene.
Right here where she's like giving the forecast.
Oh no, yeah, this is the dopest scene.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Not the form, not the black elf.
Yeah.
Even the music.
Oh yeah.
But they're trying. They're literally trying to give you something spectacular. They didn't try. From this point on, they didn't try.
No. And this was so dope. The echo off her voice.
Right.
Winds heed my command, and then even the way Scott had her do it. Storm, give him the forecast like that. Yeah. That shit is tough. That shit is tough.
Like angels falling out of heaven. What a beautiful shot. Now, if you
that shit is tough.
4 more of those scenes, I wouldn't be talking to you on the internet, and I wouldn't let Marcel call you anti-black.
Yeah. With Storm's powers and what she can do to sand. And she's not in Egypt, like in ancient Egypt. Like, damn, we're missing out. Maybe actually, they said Dust was on that board, and her power is ascend. Maybe she'll be part of the team that retrieves them in Egypt.
Likely so. Isn't that where she doesn't she reside in Egypt? Does she not?
Afghanistan.
Is it okay? That's right. We do have McFly in here, McFly Productions, that we're gonna get in here to have him speak. So we'll add him in now. What's going on?
How y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Hey man, first and foremost, I want to salute all 3 of y'all. Marcus, just to let you know, man, I was the brother that sent you the tweet yesterday about let it go viral about Bo.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
And I sent you 1, 2 Fanatics and Killmonger. I just want to salute all 3 of you guys for really putting this out there, because the point of the matter was, it's like a few catch it, but the real ones is like, okay, we seen it. To me personally, I just feel like it's a little racist jabs going in on how they just trying to just cancel out T'Challa. I was just really befuddled that they would even take it to that level. And I mean, the series was really good. I'll take nothing away from it. But when you see like backhanded, slick compliments like that, it's just like, come on, man, what we doing over here? You know what I'm saying? That's why when I was talking to you, Marcus, on Twitter back and forth, when we were seeing each other back and forth, and the main thing was, it's like the Black Panther trend fans are just gonna be like, oh man, y'all just need to, let this go. And I'm like, bro, for real? You ain't catching that they're insulting you?
That's what really gets to me. I agree. That gets to me, that people don't take microaggressions personally. I do. I don't care that you're being, passive in your bigotry. that makes no difference to me. Loud or quiet, bigotry is bigotry. Hate is hate. And when I see how his mind works, that being at Bo, right? When I see how his mind works and how he shows you that a character is great, shows you that a character is powerful, shows you that they're capable of great empathy, like he says about Storm. He shows it to you. It is insulting for you to say that and have this girl off the screen for as many episodes as you did, and then claim that's what you were trying to do. It's insulting.
Well, like I was telling you yesterday,
that about you wouldn't say. I don't think she was, and I'm gonna let you go.
I'm sorry.
But I don't think he would say that about, like, let's say Rogue was done in a different way. We changed her lore a little bit. She was, gone for a few episodes. He would not expect people to just accept. Oh, I was trying to do something different with Rogue. Rogue, she doesn't need violence. There's more to being Cajun than just violence. Yes. There's empathy. Yeah. He wouldn't give it up like that about another character.
Why do you think that Bo does not have the heart to stand up to these executives? I know he got fired, but to the point where, like, hold on, bro. What are we doing over here? You're going to just really play like T'Challa doesn't exist, and you want me to write this in, and you don't think real comic book fans are not going to catch this and feel insulted? My thing, and that's what I was trying to get to yesterday about, is that I do task him on certain things about this, because he should have been man enough to just step up and say, nah, bro, that wasn't cool what y'all just did right there.
I don't think it matters, though.
The man stand behind too. That's the only one. Everything else, Bishop, Storm, Sunspot, he defends. He would not stand behind T'Challa not being in the series.
And we don't. We didn't see how strongly he fought, and the mandate to crap on T'Challa is a powerful mandate. That it's not just the studios of the animations; it's like Marvel wide. So I can see how he would lose that battle.
Mm-hmm. I just from the sake that he was very open, even after his firing, to defend certain things about the show. And the fact that he wanted to put as much distance in between him and this whole T'Challa thing as possible lets me know that at very least he didn't want it. That wasn't his decision. Right? Now, did he get up in arms about it? Did he go to the mat like he probably went to the mat over Sunspot? I don't think so.
And the reason I say no, the reason I'm chiming in on the no, is because I tried to bait Bo in before our first response, our first interaction that me and him had, when I asked him, is T'Challa going to show up? And he said, ain't that funny, or whatever he said. The first thing I did, I tried to bait him in. I noticed his cat was called Chadwick. I assumed it probably after Chadwick Boseman. So I quote tweeted it, and I said, I noticed your cat is named after Chadwick. Or I said, I noticed your cat is named Chadwick. Is that after Chadwick Boseman? And then he said, yes, it is. I said, cool. My cat's name is Jubilee. One of my cat's names is Jubilee. And then I said, so... Yeah, and I said all my animals I've named. And I said so are you the T'Challa Black Panther fan? Now, mind you, Bo sees all this shit. He replies. That did not get a reply. I had sent that tweet seconds after he had replied. Yeah, he's named after Chadwick Boseman. I said, cool. My cat's name is Jubilee. Are you the T'Challa the Black Panther fan?
Yeah. What is that? That tells me. Well, if he wasn't, the company line is absolutely the Black Panther can be on anybody, including Shuri, this and that. But because he is such a Black Panther fan, but he knows where it would go, and he knows that he won't be on the show, he's like, let me avoid it.
Or that.
I really want to know why he got fired. It's going to tell me so much more about this guy. I don't know if he's just conflicted or if he's a company man. It's a toss-up right now, but he's doing some stuff I don't love.
I don't think the OnlyFans thing was a little that strong to get him out of there.
I can't believe that. I can't believe that, because for you to really be that in your panties about the OnlyFans stuff, you would have been having to pay that man some money to see it. So, like, I just don't believe that that's the only thing.
Especially after we just watched Quiet on the Set. Seriously. Now, Marcus, I wanted to ask another question, man. I know y'all got more people coming in. I recognized a couple of days ago you guys said that that the X-Men fans for some reason do not like to see T'Challa and Storm together.
No, they don't.
Why is this a 5,000-pound elephant in the room on my end? Why are they so obsessed with not seeing this? Because I know where we're going with this.
Mm-hmm. In my experience, I think they tend to like to see her with less melanated characters. They like her with Wolverine. They like her with Forge. You know what I mean? They don't even really get too up in the tizzy about Craig, because I don't think he's the right complexion. Who they really want her to be with is a mutant, number one. And then there is something about that strong, dark, alpha male black character that just sends people's synapses off.
Just call
You
it for what
can't,
it
you can't
is.
just sit in your own masculinity and just admire or appreciate. You know what I mean? No. It's something off. There's something about that structure, that makeup that makes me feel away. That makes me feel
Marcus,
inferior.
check this out. If you paid attention to all you guys, all of those Disney fairy tale movies,
Mm-hmm.
just, and I'm not, I'm just honestly, when have you ever seen a black male
Never.
Prince Charming?
Never.
Oh well, in the Tiana Princess and the Frog,
That
there was
wasn't a
Black
black dude.
Princess.
He wasn't
That
black.
wasn't black.
He wasn't black.
What about in Cinderella?
Black Cinderella movie?
He
No
was
way.
he was as black as that Cajun lady. That
No,
had
in
the
the Chill and the Moesha
Bruno
one,
Mars
he was
black.
Chinese. He was Chinese.
Oh my God!
Prince Charming was Chinese.
Damn. So
Yeah.
you put Brandy in as Cinderella. We got Whitney G.D. Houston as the fairy godmother. Whoopi Goldberg is the queen. Prince Charming is Asian. What is happening?
Prince Charming is Asian and the king is white.
You see where I'm going with this? It's like they have done this for years, and it's what really irks the hell out of me is that certain black folks have not catched on to this. Now when it got to the point where they are really going full throttle with it, when you watch these commercials 24/7, you're seeing so many interracial white male black woman couples in like daily commercials. And I had to ask my aunt a couple of days ago about when was the last time have you even seen a young black teenage romantic movie?
Like a
Yara Shahidi, she was in a romance just last year, and the love interest. Oh no, wait, it's an Asian again.
Now, I'll throw one to you.
That's a reach a little
Did y'all
bit.
ever see that movie called Beyond the Lights? Nate
Is that
Parker.
an animated one?
No, it was a regular movie.
Is that where he took over the police station?
He was a police officer. He fell in love with the pop singer Nate Parker.
Nah.
The sister who directed The Woman King and Love and Basketball did that movie. It's a really good. I put that up there with Love Jones. It's that good.
Wow.
Nate Parker from the Nat Turner brother.
The Nat Turner, movie.
Yes.
For sure. Oh yeah.
But here's a dark little secret here. Come to find out, the sister who directed that movie, the producers at first did not want Nate Parker to be the lead in that movie.
Surprise.
They wanted a white dude.
Surprise. You know that Hollywood don't like Nate Parker. Hollywood does not like Nate Parker.
They just
ever since he made that movie about the Haitian Revolution, they've ostracized him.
Yeah.
Remember, he had that charge that seamlessly went away. He was accused of. That he was in court about. I haven't heard about it like in years.
But really, the main culprits who were going at him were black feminists.
Well, because I think that's the obvious red meat. And we get into a lot of social talk. But to go back to your,
I'm sorry, guys.
No, you good. Because some of the stuff you was talking about in terms of what they're force feeding us media wise, it's almost to the point, because I had this conversation last year with Josh about how they present interracial couples. Even from the standpoint that every time you see an interracial couple, it's black and white. As if that is how an interracial couple, that's the only interracial couple that exists. You see what I'm saying? Like black women with white men is the only interracial relationship that we can put out there. We for damn sure ain't putting black men with white women. That's not going to happen. Not on network television.
I mean, I would have loved to see the brother get at Khaleesi in Game of Thrones, man. I'm saying that would have loved
slid into Khaleesi's room.
The only thing recent I can think of, and I'm just kind of, obviously when you're on the spot, nothing comes to mind. But the only thing recent I can think of where I've seen outside of a white and black interracial marriages is in this current Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Is she not Asian?
She is.
Okay.
They got cut off.
Did it?
They're not gonna be.
Yeah, they're gonna have a second season, but it's not gonna be Donna Glover, no girl.
Oh, I didn't watch the first. And then you got what they did in All American, with Tay Diggs and O'Girl as the mama of the half-breed kids.
Now, see, I'm gonna add some more to it. Now I'll go right back to the comic book.
All American.
I saw
Oh
Young
yeah,
Justice.
Tay Diggs' white wife. I know he was real comfortable in that.
Oh, that
show.
was weird.
I liked All American though.
I liked All American till it got cringy.
Did y'all remember Young Justice?
Oh yes.
Yes.
Now, this is what really pissed me off about that, because that used to be my favorite show too. And I was a big dynamic fan of Aqualad. And they claim to say that he was gay in the comic book, but when he first came out as Jackson Hyde, he was not gay. They seen his popularity rise after the series came out, and then they wanted to make him homosexual. And
I
then,
remember that there was an episode in there where like he went back home and one of his old shorties was like booed up with his
with his
friend. Yeah, and I was like, well, where did I remember that happening? Like, how did he end up? Well,
and then he kissed the friend.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he kissed friend, and I think they all like kissed or something. I remember that season. Was that season 4? That was the last season. That was within the last season, wasn't it? Or was that 3?
That was the last season. The third season, he was he had the boyfriend. Yeah. But my thing is that he was already in love with a female named Tula in the first season.
Yeah,
and then Rocket was trying to get at him, and for some reason they went out their way to just take that away, and just still want to make him homosexual. And I mean, I was like, Aqualad was really the coolest black character I've seen since T'Challa, as far as being driven, strategic leader. He was the leader. He was the most, like, could nobody really fight him and beat him, because he put Superboy on his ass a couple of times.
And if I remember correctly, along with the sexuality change came a little bit less of his confidence as a leader. I think they started like sharing responsibilities a little bit more between Boy.
Yeah, he stopped being so much more of the team lead to take on more, I think, of a role in Atlantis, was it?
Yeah. Like that is a bigger blow to me than even the sexuality, because you don't have to talk about his partner, constantly throughout the show. But as I'm seeing him be less effective leader, that kind of takes away from it for sure.
But it goes right back to once again, it's like, why? To me, I just throw it on the table. It comes to me is that progressive can be just as racist as a right-wing conservative, because they, like Malcolm X always say, the wolf will always be upfront with you about him being a predator, but the fox will be cool with you and then end up having you on your plate. Yeah. And how progressives are doing it to the point where they don't want to see young black alpha males, and more importantly, they don't want to see black love, because it's a fear factor to them. And I don't know why they
so you're saying they're being so progressive that they're throwing in homosexuality also on the skin tone. Like they're doing.
I think what it ends up being is that your black characters, especially in media, end up carrying water for multiple groups. So if it's a woman, she's also a single mom and she might have a girlfriend. If it's a dude, he's gay, he may be black and another race. You know what I'm saying? Like they make, since we're doing diversity by boxes, right? By numbers, we can check 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes in this one character, and we're doing good. We can say hooray. And
I have exactly the box you're talking about to share my screen. These are Disney's inclusion standards. As you can see, there's nothing specific to do with skin tone.
Sorry to cut you off, Chill. As soon as we finish this, we got to get John on because he's been in holding.
Oh yeah, I don't want to keep John waiting, so I'll be really quickly. If you read these, it always just talks about underrepresented groups. That's the lingo here. So they don't have a black agenda or nothing specific to a group. It's just you guys are all underrepresented. Whether you party this way, you sleep that way, you're handicapped, you are an underrepresented group. You're all in the same books, and so that's why they can couple up on the demographics. They'll
that up. Oh, never mind.
Well, it's kind of like the video that you shared, Chill, of Dulce Sloan from The Daily Show. on Twitter when she was talking about where you got to hit them, the money, that was I hadn't seen her speak on that. I like Dulce, so I thought that she spoke on that very well.
I like her more now.
The Daily Show really puts out gems in terms of black people, black creators.
It has declined, in my opinion, since my guy is since Trevor's not there. That it is not the same.
I mean, Stewart's Stewart, right? And he's always going to give you some good facts.
Yeah.
It's just
So glad he
feels
came
like
back.
we're going backwards with him at the desk again.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since they had that whole snafu with the dude they tried to feed the job to, and then they couldn't find another host. Then they doing
Trevor
gas
couldn't do it the
hosts.
way John did it.
Yeah.
I thought Trevor
What
gave
before I get off, man.
No, absolutely not. We said 60 seconds.
Oh, I'm sorry, brother. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Hey, man,
Hey,
What were we gonna say?
oh,
I know you guys are a big fan of Castlevania.
Yes.
You never seen it, Chillmonger?
What's your question for them?
Isaac,
Not for me. I haven't seen it.
you got
Jesus.
Oh, please, man. I gotta take your black.
It's the
card.
anime on Netflix, right?
Your
Yes.
question.
Why did they never get Isaac a girl?
I don't think Isaac is driven by flesh. I think that is the easy one. Isaac not having a woman is probably the farthest thing from my. Because I just want Isaac on the screen by itself. Give me the Isaac spinoff that we've been yearning for. But
Best
I think
black animated character ever.
he's very, very good. If when y'all do hop in to Castlevania, when you start that journey, pay attention to Isaac. Very
Thank you
tortured
guys, man. Y'all be
character.
blessed, man. One love.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Later.
Very tortured character. Has very twisted history.
All right, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
What's going on, John?
Hey, Marcus, it's been a minute.
Show, man, how you doing?
Yeah, and Darius, let me say, this was a long time coming, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. We have been trying to get on live together for a long time. For a long time. So I'm glad you're here.
Yeah. Hey,
What's on your mind? What's on your mind?
Okay. Like, I'm just jumping in. Like, I literally just got off work, but then I saw that you guys were live, saw the link, and I'm like, oh, this would be a good time for me to jump in. Now, I don't know if y'all already covered this, but we all saw the reaction to yesterday's episode regarding T'Challa being excluded in favor of his father. And just seeing the reaction on Twitter and on other social media sites as well to that, like, it was just beautiful to me, because now the general audience is now becoming aware of Marvel's treatment towards T'Challa. So I think like public opinion is finally shifting in recast T'Challa's favor.
Oh yeah. I'd say the same thing, because that's one things that I talked about yesterday and today was the shift in conversation that people that were not pro recast, people that stood by Marvel's decision in 2020 of not recasting T'Challa, that saw it as respecting Chad, are now changing their tune. They still say some of them still think, okay, what you were doing. Actually, let me rephrase that. Some of them are now putting it, were you really respecting Chad, or was this something else? Because this makes it seem really weird what you're doing with T'Challa. And I don't know why it's now that people are saying this is weird. It's been weird. It's not just now that it's weird. This has been weird. It's just now, I guess.
Now that it's happening outside of the MCU.
The MCU. There you go.
What it is.
There it is. Yeah. Now that's happening outside the MCU, people are starting to wake up to the conversation that has been going on.
Did you see the article on Fandom Wire? Someone tell Marvel it's not disrespecting Chadwick.
Oh, this is my first time seeing this.
I didn't. I wish I would have.
Nice.
Black Panther cameo.
But you know, Fandom Wire does a good job. I'm pretty sure they are pro recast. They don't put out. I haven't seen them put out an article against recast.
Right. I mean, we could search, right? We could search the word T'Challa in their search bar.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead, ask your next question, sir.
Oh, well, when I was scrolling through all the discourse yesterday on Twitter, like there was this writer that I decided to follow. She's writing the Black Panther Blood Hunt tie-in, and she actually came up with a theory on why Marvel is just excluding T'Challa from non-MCU products lately, and she thinks it's because like they really are planning on bringing him back to the MCU, namely Secret Wars, but the way they're doing it is that uh, they're just gonna wait to bring the character back fully across all mediums when he returns in Secret Wars, because apparently they want all the fanfare and credit to themselves.
Interesting.
The MCU does.
Just Marvel Studios in general. So like when the character gets brought back, they literally want all that fanfare and credit to themselves. Like, so in order to keep that to themselves, like they're trying to keep him out of video games, allegedly, since like he's in Marvel Rivals, which is that Overwatch ripoff. And
But that's an
That's
A.
a Chinese company.
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah, and see that it's funny that you even said what you just said, John, about the whole what their future plans may be for T'Challa. This video that I did just went up. It is just talking about kind of that same stuff. I go check out the video. I don't want to really spoil it here, but if you check out that video, you will see where that is kind of being discussed there.
So let me work through this theory with you, JP.
I didn't say it like that. The writer,
I know this ain't you. I know this ain't you. But still, let's work through it. So, as much as I would want this to be true, here's where my trepidation comes from. When Thanos was gearing to come to the MCU in the Infinity Saga, did we have to look very far?
Nope.
When any type of big figure was getting ready to be introduced, we've had Easter eggs. We have, dialogue and context that was from further back movies that we're finally piecing together, and it makes sense now.
Yes.
They have not signaled in any way, shape, or form, in any medium, that we are returning back to King T'Challa. Now,
or at least the King
either
T'Challa we actually want.
Right. Now, that could either be the world's best play, or it could be the same of what we've been getting from Marvel for the last several years. So as much as I want to be on the side of it is the greatest play of all time in sci-fi films, like that would actually, it would be bigger than Luke, I Am Your Father. If they went to this length of disaffecting a fan base just to say, we just playing, here he is. That is long game. That's real long game for sure.
Yeah. And judging from the reactions, like the fandom is going to grow more and more annoyed the longer T'Challa is kept out of other projects.
We were just talking about this before the stream service started. I think that there is a shelf life on anticipation. I think studios would like to believe that as long as people wanted something to start with and they just keep dangling it over their head, that they'll stay there forever. There is too much going on in other studios, and Marvel's not strong enough to lead people along that long.
Especially since with James Gunn's new DCU just around the corner.
Paramount, with what they got going on, either with the Nintendo stuff or Halo
Sonic.
or Fallout, or no, Fallout's on Amazon. Sonic, right?
You got House of the Dragon and what Dune's doing with this prequel stuff now.
I'm telling you, if Superman ends up being a hit, DC might be running the streets for the next decade.
Yeah, I got some issues with Corn Sweat and his new suit. But you're right. If they hit with Superman, they're doing something big. Quietly, in terms of streaming services, Apple Music just needs a market director. Like I will raise my hand, a marketing director if you need one, But I swear to God, they have some of the best television shows on TV right now that nobody's watching.
Yeah. So back
Nobody's
to
watching.
that, yeah. Well, back to that theory that the writer posted on Twitter. Like, I would like for it to be the son of T'Chaka, even if it's a variant of him. As long as we get the
Well-
son of T'Chaka back, I'm good. Long term, I might add, but my gut is telling me that they're just gonna age up TJ, and then they say, "Oh, there's your new T'Challa," but we're gonna have the son of T'Chaka back in all mediums now.
Yeah,
So
see, like
there you go.
if Bob Iger is the one, you know, or not Bob Iger. I'm
Bob
sorry.
Iger, Kevin Feige, Nate Moore, Ryan Coogler. Which one?
If
Brad
Kevin Feige is the
Winterbaum.
guy that has this, you know, has the idea to bring everybody back or bring him back, then I would think, well, I don't know. Again, it could be the world's greatest play. But in my mind, I'm thinking he's going to leave some breadcrumbs for it. You know, somewhere, anywhere.
Right.
They had the scroll thing. T'Challa could have been a scroll.
Said
They
that.
had lit to work with, right? Like there were a million things they could have done that was clearly signals. Hey, chill out. He's coming back. And we would have took it. And we would have let you have Wakanda forever, whether we liked it or not. And we would have moved on. They've given us nothing. They've given us cake, like Maria Antoinette.
Right.
Let them eat cake. And we are starving. We need homes. We need shelter. We don't need cake.
John, I'm gonna. If you have any final thoughts, I'm gonna get Raymond in here. But I am gonna say something on what you were saying about the theory thing, because I can share it. But go ahead on if you have any final thoughts there.
Oh, nothing. Like those were really. That's really what I wanted to say. And again, Darius, it was great to finally get on the stream with you finally, and
For sure.
talking to you again, Marcus.
For sure. Thank you, John, so much. And I thank you for, all the engagement that you do with all of our channels. It means the most.
Oh, for sure, man.
Thank you.
See ya.
See you later. But to add to what John was saying there, I can say this before I bring Raymond in. Again, go watch the video that I just posted, but I'm going to share this. I've shared this with the guys before we got on. But there may be, and again, take this all with a grain of salt, there may be a shift in tone, a shift in the tone of the Black Panther franchise within the MCU. There is rumors, and this is coming from a source this is not coming from a My Time to Shine Hello or some. This is coming from a source that is close to Marvel, somebody that works for Marvel. So this is coming from them.
The fanatics got the scoop.
Incoming scoop.
There is a silent mandate. And again, go watch this video. I'm not going to cover it all, but there's a silent mandate put on T'Challa right now, rumored wise. Now you can take, I believe this 50-50 wise. Until Marvel themselves says it, for me, it's just a rumor. But
believe there's a mandate.
I absolutely believe that.
That they're bringing them back. That's
right. They say that the mandate is to bring a silent mandate is to bring T'Challa back, and that the silent mandate was put on by Bob Iger, and that Bob Iger understands, I guess, or maybe not understands from the point of view we come from, a Black Power put the king back on his throne, but he's understanding it from a CEO point of view. This motherfucker makes money. Why are we not using him? And that's where
we're all the way up to Iger before anybody says that.
And that's what they're saying that Iger was saying, and they also said that they have plans for the BP3 franchise, for the BP franchise for Black Panther 3. They want to do away with the child. They feel like that was a mistake. They want to do away with it. The rumors that you heard a few days ago of Ryan Coogler being attached to Black Panther 3 and X-Men, from what I'm hearing from this source, that's not true. They don't even want Coogler to do Black Panther 3. They want Julius Ona, depending on how good Brave New World does. If Brave New World is a success for them and he proves himself to be that type of director, if he can handle, from what I got from that is if he can handle the nigga with no powers, then we'll give him the nigga that really's got the power and we'll see what he can do there. So and also with that, they also said that,
and that's the language they used too in the board.
That is exactly the language they used. What we've also heard is that they do have a choice for T'Challa. They want Damson Idris. Damson Idris is their top choice, but it's a package deal. Now, the package deal, I cannot say who the the female is they want to bring in as Storm. That part I was not able to share, but it's a Storm and T'Challa deal they want to bring in, and it makes sense from what we were talking about from the multiversal aspect. Storm, the X-Men are going to be coming into the MCU the same way the Fantastic Four are, from a different universe. So if Storm is married to T'Challa in that universe, and it's Damson Idris as T'Challa, well, I mean, it's not the way that I would prefer it, but it gets him back in the MCU. So that's the rumor as of now.
That they're not going to cast the 5'0" Janelle Monáe as Storm.
Right, and I was against that shit from the beginning too. So, but this is the plan as of now. They want to do away with the child, and I hope that part is really true. And how you do that, what that looks like? Do you just kill him? Do you just throw him into a pocket dimension? What? No, you don't just kill him. do you just throw him in a
Storm? Do what you did with Bishop. I don't know where they are. They're not here this time.
Yeah, there you go. We sent him out on a hunt a while ago, and he has not come back. He never came back. So
he went out for some milk and never came back.
Yeah.
And when are you dropping this video here?
That video is live now. It is on the channel, so you can check it out and watch it. Raymond, how are you?
Darius, I'm good. I'm shocked you were on tonight.
Of course I'm on.
Took my breath away.
I told you I was going to be on.
Yeah, but like a lot of black fathers, we don't tell the truth sometimes. But anyway, I've got just a few short things, and I'm gonna be out of your way. I'm not as long as black preachers are, or the rest of us are, and my food's ready. But I have a problem with black people, us, just going with Marvel, not asking questions, not saying, hey, isn't this kind of suspicious? They have T'Challa out in the movies. He's not in the TV series. He's not in the video games. And worst of all, you can't get a Blade movie up.
That too.
You can't get a Cat 4 movie made. Ironheart, whatever happened with Ironheart, it's probably going to suck, like Agatha, Darius. But you can't, you have, what's the other thing they're doing?
Wonder Man.
Armor Wars.
Wonder Man, Armor War. Is Armor War still happening?
No.
Armor Wars in a minute.
Exactly. So none of these shills, I call them black shills, they have these black shills, they don't think that there might be a pattern here. Because yesterday, I was pissed. Because who's that gray-haired man? We don't know him. We don't know him. We do not care. We want T'Challa. And there is absolutely a plan to erase T'Challa. He's not even king in the comic book. He's king in the Ultimate series.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he's married to Okoye, which that's weird. But I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing, Marvel? I'm at the point where I'm like, deuces. I'm getting out. I'm done. I'm not spending money on not another movie, TV show. Just like the other guy said, DC, the ball's in their court. The ball is in their court. They have the chance to steal.
They do.
Yeah, they do. But and then the final thing is, when we're talking about black characters, and we're talking about people directors bringing them to life. And a lot of people say Ryan Coogler needs to do Wonder Man. Well, not Wonder Man, Blue Marvel. He needs to do Photon. I don't get the love for Ryan Coogler. I don't get why he's hailed as such a great director. Like,
Raymond,
I don't
right
get
here,
it.
man. We are right here.
Well,
get it.
It's the way I put it last week when we were talking about when we made the basketball comparisons. It's the same reason people say that Steve Kerr is a great coach. No, Steve Kerr just had a great ensemble. He had a great team. He's not a great coach. You look at where the Warriors are now at home, watching the playoffs without all those stars. It's the same thing with Ryan Coogler. He had an ensemble. He had a phenomenal cast that put $1.3 billion in Marvel's pockets. The brother was there in spirit, I guess you could say. I don't even want to say in spirit. He was there directing. But from what we know about the film, a lot of that was Chadwick. That was Chadwick making a lot of those decisions.
Man, like if Ryan Coogler got his way, they'd have been in Africa having British accents.
Bruh.
I can't even wrap my head around how the man from Compton thinks they speak with British accents in the heart of Africa.
Exactly. Like,
right.
What are we doing here? And you want him to handle X-Men? Have you lost it?
Right.
I genuinely want to know what happened at Marvel that nobody has seen. And it's rippling down into their followers on Twitter who will claim that T'Challa was never a part of this universe. This universe is a part of the MCU. It's the multiverse. T'Challa's supposed to be king in the 90s. I'm actually sad for some people. Your brain's not working. It's concerning to me. It's concerning. Like I don't get. I want the Lovecraft Country people to do X-Men. That's it.
Yeah.
Give Black Panther to somebody else.
Misha Green would be great on Black Panther. Misha Green would be awesome on Black Panther.
She would be great. And if we ever get a Blade movie, which I don't know if that'll happen, who knows what they'll do with him? They'll probably.
Since you're boycotting, though, do you buy a ticket to the Blade movie?
See, probably not. I don't know.
Okay, well, I will say, let me say this too. This is what the source was telling me earlier when it comes to these black heroes. The source was telling me that their source told them that they are paying attention to everything that we're doing online, and not just the T'Challa stuff, but all the black hero stuff. So when it comes to these black heroes, we do need to show up and we do need to show out. When it comes to if there was a Photon series, no, not that I was checking for a Photon series, but tune in because it's support. It's support for Tiana. It's support for what we want. It's black. They're tuning in. From what he was saying, they are watching that. They are watching to see how are all not just the black heroes, but the support. All these heroes that they're how are they being perceived by the audience?
Who said they were watching?
I can't say the name. I have a source that talks to Marvel.
You can't disclose any further, okay?
Yeah, if they're watching, I wonder why they haven't made any changes.
That's what they were saying, that there is again, take this with a grain of salt. I can't say that this is true or not, but they have a timing that they are on for T'Challa and for some of these other heroes and things like that. If we want to see a blue Marvel, I still don't think this. I don't. Even if T'Challa, let's say they recast T'Challa, Black Panther 3 does what BP1 did or above, I still don't see them introducing an Adam Bashir into the MC. I just don't see it. I don't. And the reason I don't is because I don't see them. I mean, hell, we can't even get animated Storm correct. And you think that we're going to bring in a live action Adam Bashir, who is basically, who is akin to Superman?
They can't even get Shuri correct.
Since we doing what ifs, what if they just kick this all in the nards, and when we get the trailer for Wonder Man, it's not Wonder Man at all. He's in a blue vest, suited up. Surprise, surprise. Y'all thought y'all was getting Wonder Man.
Oh,
Adam Bashir.
I'd be happy. I tell you what, I'd get on here and tell you how wrong I was.
In plain sight, and then I mean, why not? Why not?
So,
yeah.
As I close, there's two things. Number one, 2 years ago when the trailer for Wakanda Forever came out, I was still watching John Campia at the time. Ooh. And I made it a point to send in a super chat saying, hey, this is weird because you just recast William Hurt. We've recast Superman. We've recast Batman. I'm concerned that this looks like race is involved because you're recasting all these white characters. Some of these white characters we don't care about. No one cares about Red Hulk. You can't even get Real Hulk right. And I was told that's a dangerous assumption to make. So now, all these years later, well, it's not all these years, it's been 2 years. I'm the person that actually tagged all of you on Twitter, on Twitter, yesterday
Appreciate it.
saying all of you need an apology. E-Man, everybody, because we warned people this could bleed in to other media. He's not in the video game. We can't get him in the animated show.
He's not
He's not
confirmed
in
in the
film.
video game. They
Oh, he's
used
not
the word
confirmed.
Black Panther, but they never said T'Challa. But it could be, or it could be name your character. We don't know.
But see, my issue with that, before you finish, Raymond, with what Chill just said, is why then is Logan confirmed in his video game? Why is Tony confirmed in the Iron Man
Because
video
there
game?
is- because the person who's in
Everybody
charge
is.
of writing that paragraph, that person knows the name of Wolverine is Logan. Knows the name Spider-Man is Peter. He didn't know T'Challa.
Exactly. So it's erasure, and at this point, I don't care if it's dangerous. And I mean, his comment section is filled with racists. Just
Man,
just
you're
like
the
his
third person to tell me
just
that about
it,
John Campea. That like I tried to go over there and talk about Black Panther stuff, and he kind of like dismissed it, or sometimes he get booted.
Marcus, I'm ashamed I did not see the signs. This is the same person who goes hard on Chris Brown, but when was defensive when people tried to come for Liam Neeson when he said something stupid.
Yeah. Oh, when he said he wanted to go hunt down a black bastard or something
Exactly.
like that. Yeah.
Exactly. This is the same person who has a co-star, Robert. I'm not gonna finish the name that goes on Neurotic.
Oh yeah,
He's a blatant racist,
Yeah.
and
There-
he
there
has
have-
said suggestive stuff on Twitter.
yeah. There's been questionable things said on those live streams. Over, I don't personally watch John like I used to either.
I stopped watching it when Kimberly left. When old girl Kimberly left, she's on.
You know, I was so perplexed when Kim left. Yeah, she goes over with Brandon now. I was so happy when I saw her with Brandon because she just disappeared. I was thinking, did John and crew do something to her? Because I ain't seen her. So I was happy when I saw her with Brandon. No, I liked her. That was during those Wakanda days, those Wakanda Forever days that she was over there. Yeah.
Oh, and Darius, before I finish and bounce, on just my opinion, you know Larry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to talk to you about that off screen. I'm not
Okay. I okay.
I'm not gonna get you.
Oh Lord, Larry.
I'm not gonna do that. But for that final, I think the tide is slowly shifting. Like for example, Darius, me and you are Michael Jackson fans. In 2019, it was bad.
Yeah.
And now the tide seems to be slowly shifting. I think it's the same as happening with this recast T'Challa thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because we are seeing people like Winston A. Marshall, who's on Christian Harloff's show, who said E-Man was right.
Yeah.
People are saying this
Yeah.
is erasure and it's racist, and they need to get their acts together. I'm just tired. I don't expect them to get it together. I think the next Avengers films are gonna suck, but I mean, that's what you get.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done.
Well, I appreciate you being here, Raymond. Thank you for your opinions and thoughts. We'll see you in the chat.
I'll see you next month.
Okay. Let's get Blue in here. What's going on, Blue?
What is up, man? Woo, feel good to be in the Planet Fanatics, man. What is up? What's good? What's up?
How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm chilling. I just got finished doing my live, man. I just want to come check in with y'all, man. I see y'all over here doing great things.
I appreciate it. Hope you had a good live stream as well.
Yeah, I had a great live, man, talking about this mess, this X-Men 97 mess, how they took something that was almost perfect and it gave us a pile of shit and it was, I don't know.
Yeah.
Man. I don't get it. I don't get it. But to piggyback off of what you were saying about them having a timing, why do you need a timing to introduce a character that's yours that you already
Right.
Why do you need the time? I don't understand the time. Oh, we gotta have the perfect time to introduce a character that's already yours that everybody's already familiar with.
Y'all.
Right.
I try to introduce this to the conversation every time I have an opportunity to do so. We need to get more comfortable with the idea that some of these people are incompetent and that we put them on a pedestal thinking that they multi-million-dollar studio, they got all these budgets, all these manpower, all these people around. Man, no, they know better than you. Oh, you know better than Marvel. Sometimes,
Right. Yeah.
sometimes,
Yeah.
and they've proven it to us. Right? This is not me being. This is not me boasting. This is not me being arrogant. This is me literally looking at their work, seeing how it is received, seeing how it is performed, seeing how I was on the opposite end of that thing, and coming to the conclusion that some of these people are just incompetent. They don't know what they're doing. And so if this is them trying to fix a problem that they created in 2021, speed it up.
I don't think they can. They can't. You got what you got. What is it? Black America, Brave New World coming. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that movie gonna be good.
Wait. Oh yeah. You said
that's the deciding factor on whether or not Ryan gets another shot at Black Panther 3.
Call them Black America.
That's what I thought you said. I thought you said Black America.
That's what I call them, Black America.
Oh, that's funny.
I don't think that movie. I mean, like I was telling Dre Mac, Wolverine Deadpool is gonna be good. I think it's gonna be a good film, but I don't attribute that film to the MCU. I just don't.
With or without Marvel, it was going to do what it was going to do.
It's like No Way Home, right? No Way Home popped right in the middle of all of this mess that's been going on, and ain't nobody even remember.
Right.
Even though it made a billion.
Right. You know, the thing with what you just said, Blue, about the whole Captain America Brave New World, I can tell you right now, I don't have the faith that Captain America Brave New World is going to do what they think it's going to do. But despite the 9-minute clip they showed at CinemaCon that everybody was talking about, how Isaiah Bradley, I guess kind of like the Winter Soldier, he's going to have a trigger word or something that's going to trigger him or whatever. And so they were talking about that scene. I'm telling you right now, they showed test screening after test screening after test screening, and it failed after fail after fail. They had to rewrite damn near the whole movie. They were having so many issues with it. I'm telling you, it's not going to do what Marvel thinks it's going to do.
You know what movie just went through that recently and it performed terribly at the box office? Aquaman 2.
Oh yeah,
exact same story, like to a T. Test screenings are crap. There's somebody in the mix that don't necessarily fit, right? And they keep trying to rework the script. They let it out to the public, and it hit flops almost as hard as The Flash.
Yeah, sooner or later they gotta let it out though. That's the bad thing. They gonna throw all this money into it, and that's another thing that Marvel and all these superhero company to quit doing. They need to have a threshold where they stop at. Hey, once we get over 150, 155, we start getting in the 200 mark, we need to stop, especially in today's day and age. Like, you're not gonna make no money. Black America's not gonna make no money. Thunderbolts won't make money. It's not gonna do good. By the time they get to the point
where about Thunderbolts.
Now we're fixing the thing. Yeah. But by the time they get to the point to where, Kevin Feige said, we're fixing things and we're trying to get Marvel back on track, I think it's going to be too late. I think they're going to be imploded on themselves by that time.
The sad thing is it takes 2 years. It takes 2 years for these things to happen, for these upsets. If Captain Marvel 2 comes out and performs the way it performed, especially after Ant-Man Quantumania, and then they go to their Winter Summit, they would have never come out of that going, we should forward Thunderbolts. But it was too late. They've done so much pre-production and the filming was on its way, so they didn't cancel Thunderbolts, and we're gonna have to live through that disaster.
You know, it has really taken Iger coming in and saying, okay, this shit is stupid, we're not doing that. It's not that he's looking at it from a fan standpoint. This man is a businessman. He's looking at, we're losing money on an IP we paid a shit ton of money for. So, and it's like we next to Star Wars, I would say Marvel is their biggest IP.
Yeah,
if not Marvel is their biggest IP. Star Wars next to it. It's like why are you not capitalizing on what you have? If I'm Bob Iger, I'm saying the same thing. We're putting the focus back on characters that actually put money in our wallets. Moon Knight didn't do that. Right. None of these other characters are doing that. Now, if you want to make these characters supporting characters and have them show up, fine, do that. But to give them a whole entire ass TV show that you think people are about to tune into, especially with which one?
Echo. I still haven't.
Oh, Echo? No, don't waste your time. Don't waste. I watched. So we sat in here. We tried to do a reaction to him. I'm not saying this just because it's like popular to down on Marvel. I was fighting staying awake. I looked over at Q and I said, I'm not editing this. There's no way I'm editing this because
nobody talking.
No, exactly. That's why we were just sitting here like. Because it was like there was no. What are we reacting to? What are we talking? Like the show just a colossal waste of time. That's why that show too was originally 8 episodes, got dropped down to 5 episodes, went through rewrites and all this shit, and then they decided it was supposed to come out week to week, but then they said no, let's just drop it all at once and get Hulu involved. Yeah, so no, it was a disaster. No matter what the fucking numbers are saying online now, talking about it's the most watched thing. And the only reason it's the most watched thing is because you still have fans attached to the MCU. These regular, smegular, casual fans that still watched in-game and things like that are still clinging to the live-action MCU stuff, regardless if they watch it on demand or not.
Why are we using that as an accomplishment? It's the most streamed video this month on Disney Plus. Y'all haven't cleared your year-over-year subscriber goal. Why are you talking to me about the most viewed thing on Disney Plus? You are trying to currently bundle with your competitors to make yourself more appealing in a package form, i.e. cable.
They also don't say
about what is the most viewed thing on your platform. That is such a skewed stat. Just like talking about the Nelson ratings. People trying to convince people that X-Men 97 was flopping because of Nelson ratings.
Right.
Do you know that you have to be signed up for Nelson to get counted?
Right.
You know how many millions of people aren't being counted in the Nelson ratings? Not to mention it comes out 3 months after the show airs.
True.
Right.
You have to take the time and accumulate all of the data.
Also, the production budget for X-Men 97 was a fraction of what it is for these other TV shows. It didn't need much, very high of a viewer base to the threshold to warrant its success. And then when Ahsoka came out, they had 14 million viewers, and that's the first time they actually set a freaking number. Now, that was, I think, after the strike, where they were kind of testing out how do we reveal.
It was, but see, as a Star Wars fan, and I hate to do this to Star Wars, I'm going to call it what it is. That only happened because Hayden Christensen showed up in some Clone Wars action. That's the only reason that happened. You take Hayden away, you take away that rating.
No, and I'm only saying this to tell you, that was the most watched Disney Plus show, and we had a number.
Oh, yeah.
Every other time, of course, the most watched Disney Plus show is whatever is new that week.
It ain't like you're putting out multiple hits a month or something. Like y'all got multiple things going on. It's usually one show that gets to occupy all the space and the talking points right at a time. Y'all don't do multiple shows at a time.
And that's the issue with Disney Plus that Iger has talked about. He's talked about trying to reach the success that Netflix reaches. And what he means by that, obviously you guys aren't stupid, you all know, but what he's meaning by that is me as a subscriber, I go to Netflix and will browse through the catalog and see what I want to. I don't do that with Disney Plus. I go to Disney Plus on Wednesdays. I go to Disney Plus on Wednesdays. I'm not scrolling through Disney Plus looking for things to watch.
Which is insane if you think about it, because how are you pairing in comparison on catalog as the Walt Disney Company?
They don't know how to push it.
And let me help. You guys are watching. Here's how you market. Right at the corner of the screen, you see Beautiful Blue. Instead, there would be like another dude, and he'd be like 12 years old, and he's like, "Hi, I'm not Mickey, but like a brand new character. You know, think of a name. His name is Blue. His name is Bob. Bob is on your corner, and he's like hosting the network. He's like, oh, check out this. Every time you cursor moves, it'll say something about the new show that's watching. Make browsing the Disney Plus fun. You're Disney. You're all about characters. And then one day, little Bob that you just created, he'll have more characters. He'll have his neighbor. He'll have his best friend, Richard. And Bob and Richard will be like a thing. One day, Bob, Richard, you're going to have his dad and his mom also, because they're going to be introducing some of these new more adult-themed TV shows. Like when something for a rated R movie comes out, they're on the screen at the bottom right saying, oh, you got to check this out. And they give you the synopsis. Now, all these little mini characters you just created, the whole world is familiar with them. That's an international audience. You now make a movie with Bob. What's Bob's last name? The Bob Dudley? A movie called The Dudleys. the Dudleys coming to the movie theaters, and now everyone's like, oh yeah, I know them. The same way we all saw the Simpson movie, and we knew that the Simpsons were, characters we're familiar with. We all paid money to go see that movie.
Weren't they like popping up in like TV shows or some shit like that when the Simpsons movie was coming out? Wasn't that part of the promotion?
Mm-hmm.
They were like popping up in other shows and stuff. That was great. Most recently, one of the better marketing campaigns that I've seen in the last couple of years didn't really do shit for the movie, but it got me interested. John David Washington's The Creator, where they had the real.
Oh, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Damn, you are Marvel.
Yes.
You are Marvel. How wasn't it Dora Milaje at NFL Sundays walking people out? Right. That's a win-win for the NFL. They need black people to come back, and you need promotion. How did the Dora Milaje just walk out one day in an NFL game? I'm just trying to figure out like where we're misfiring here. Where is the creativity?
They got to get the audience that they've always had back. See, that's the thing. When you go chase the modern audience, you lose the people who.
That's a fallacy. That audience doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. There is no such thing as a modern audience. You either got the audience that you got or you don't.
Exactly. Yeah. People think that they can gauge online reaction. Really, I wouldn't even say online reaction because YouTube, what we doing right now is technically online reaction. This is a little bit more fruitful though. Twitter and Instagram is the worst place to accumulate your data
because they tailor your feedback. Everything is based on what you like.
Not just that, you're not dealing with real people.
Right.
There are algorithms so heavily influenced into that data that you don't know if you're getting true readouts from real life people. There's too many fake entities in that data skewing it. So they think when they see a bunch of people talking about Morbius online, oh, let's re-release it, even though we already losing money on it. You know what I'm saying? When they see people going crazy about Agatha and that song, it was Agatha all along. Series. Right now, the algorithm says series.
Yeah.
To me, that's just being bad. Marvel has bad creatives over there. Bad executives. Kevin Feige needs to take his hat, hang it up, go. If you want to go play in Star Wars land, go over there. Go somewhere.
Please let him go to Lucasfilm. Please let him go to Lucasfilm and give somebody else somewhere.
Look at Darius saying no.
Leave Lucasfilm out of this shit. We already struggling enough.
Lucasfilm
let him go over there.
KK.
Oh God.
He might be good for Lucasfilm. He might need that spark to get his.
He wanted to. He was supposed to, but the problem is no one wants to play in the sandbox with Kathleen Kennedy. It's either you make her Star Wars movie or you're not making a Star Wars movie. That's why the Stranger Things brothers film didn't happen, because it's like, well, we can't work with this psychotic bitch, so we're not going to.
I thought her time was coming up though.
It was supposed to. I thought her tour was last summer, but
years now.
We got to change the topic back.
Indiana Jones.
We got to get back to the X-Men and to the T'Challa thing.
One more thing I did want to say though on the marketing stuff. Smile did very good marketing, and I thought Planet of the Apes with this Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes did some good marketing. They had motherfuckers dressed as apes on horseback in Venice Beach. Did y'all see that? Like, that was pretty dope. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. People.
What that cost them?
Oh, I'm sure nothing.
Just to let the actors wear the suits that they're already putting on for the day and head down to Venice. How much do you think that cost them?
Yeah.
They already written the horses. They already have the suits. They've already paid for it all. The actors are willing to do it probably for free. It's good promo.
Yeah.
You literally spend nothing on that.
Yeah. You're right. You are absolutely right. Now, like Joe said, skewing it back to 97 and T'Challa there. But I mean, I don't know what can really be said about the T'Challa stuff that has not been said, that we all have not echoed or repeated or retweeted or, chimed in on or give our 365. I think that I like Raymond said, and like a lot of other people have said, the conversation I do feel has shifted the tide a little bit now that you've got other people now joining in on this conversation that weren't previously joining the conversation. So hopefully we do see, again, until Marvel themselves come to me and show that, all right, we're actually thinking about the nigga y'all have been thinking about, then I don't know it right now. It's still,
brother, a hint. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. A hint.
There's a unidentified object coming into our airspace. We've hailed them multiple times, but they won't answer. The ship isn't Shi'ar. It's not one of our on-board ships. We have no idea where it's coming from. Give me something.
Nah, they don't want to do
said,
that. I don't think I think the BP franchise is dead walking.
Man.
How about this one? Just when you think you've heard it all.
Yeah, that's
when you think
line. If Kubrick gets announced, it's pretty much Dunsky's.
Yeah.
I figured it out, everyone. X-Men 97 has two Panthers. King T'Chaka is the Gray Panther, and Prince T'Challa is the Black Panther. I would say that the glare that these screens are given are consistent. So if that black is being skewed, so is this black. It's the same guy.
Yeah,
I mean, we would have had Bo DeMeo come out and say, actually, no, yeah, the Prince T'Challa
They were
was
both
the
there.
black.
Yeah, that's easy. They were both there. No.
Yeah.
His cryptic tweet that just confirmed it for me. I mean, like,
yeah,
it's the easy. Nah, that's just T'Chaka.
Yeah, he just said this. He all he said is that it's T'Chaka. It's not. But I'm telling you. Well, again, if I'm to believe this rumor, then it's the what Iger is calling it to be. Again, why not use him? I don't know. But I still would love to know. I would love to be fly on the wall when he was asked or told that can't be T'Challa. And I wonder if he said, well, why? And I want to know what the answer was. Was it because we're saving him? we're going to use him in the multiversal saga, so he can't be touched right now? Or was it just, again, I don't know what the other answer could be, but I would love to know what the hell is it? Was it you couldn't use Deadpool because the movie's got to come out in a month? Is that why the Deadpool thing was? So what was it with T'Challa?
He's a cobwebbed character. We know it.
Curious.
There's one thing that does give this rumor life. One thing.
Thank you for that super, Andre.
Is the fact that they are due for another Luke Skywalker type moment. We used to get those out of the MCU a lot. The last time I remember a internet shattering moment, like a big reveal, was season 2
Spider-Man.
of Mandalorian. Was what now?
I thought you were gonna say Spider-Man. Never mind.
I was gonna say Spider-Man too.
I'll give you Spider-Man because that happened after season 2 Mando. So yeah,
Andrew.
No Way Home or the Skywalker reveal. We're due, and there's no really prospect of it coming out of Lucasfilms. We can just go ahead and.
Oh, I can unequivocally tell you right now, it's not coming out of Lucasfilm. It's not.
The only chance that they have to shock the world into paying attention to Disney again, because right now they feel like second rate. They got to shock people. They got to bring them back. Something has to go viral. They got to make you back to the app.
Well, I'm gonna ask you this, Marcus. Where do you put that moment at? What's coming up? Where does if we talk?
Apparently, it's in Deadpool. Apparently, what they say is the post-credit scene for Deadpool is supposed to change everything. From what they say,
So
it changes everything.
Yeah, the premise of Deadpool does allow you to have a big moment like that. My feelings towards Deadpool, and I haven't watched since the first trailer, so don't tell me nothing. But I feel as though it feels more nostalgia fessy than this is going to have true implications on the sacred timeline or on the MCU. It feels like Ryan Reynolds got to play in his sandbox, make his movie, and everybody got out happy. But that doesn't mean anything for the distinct future of the MCU. So I'm kind of stuck on that because it should be, if they're going to do this, it should be Deadpool and Wolverine because that has the best chance of getting it to the most people.
Yeah,
they're not going to watch any other MCU film in the next 2 years more than they're going to watch Deadpool and Wolverine. So it should be there.
That's true.
I just don't know, what is it? What is it going to look like?
I mean, but you go back to what Feige said the other day. I like the fact that we're the underdog again. It gives us a chance to exceed expectations and excite. So are they going to exceed expectations? Are they, for me, the last time I have had, and I can't even say with 97, it was more so just like damn, this shit is phenomenal. But the last time I was actually up, like having theory discussions until 2 a.m. and all that type
Where
of was
did all of that shit go? I used to watch WandaVision at 3:00 in the morning,
bro, and then jump on Twitter right after, knowing I had to go to work, and having conversations with people about it. That's how real it was. No Way Home was like that for me. For me personally, No Way Home was like that because I'm a huge Andrew Garfield Spider-Man fan. So when he was confirmed, I was like, oh, bro, this shit. And then I thought, Spider-Man 2, in my opinion, is the best Spider-Man film with Tobey Maguire. That Doc Ock reveal, hello, Peter. I was like, oh, yeah, this is gas. This is dope.
even
this
the
is dope.
cackling from Willem Dafoe, and you ain't seen
Yes,
it yet. It was just
yes.
oh my god, come on.
It was that was the last time I can truly say that I had a crazy Marvel experience. Yeah. Even at the theater. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, the type of people who say I like being the underdog are losers.
Especially when you were up. Especially when you were top dog. I have no quarrel with that statement if he never reached the pinnacle.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because that's all you've experienced.
I love being under. That's loser mentality.
You up like you are up. You were them. Y'all were the top of the group thing. What are you talking about? The underdog.
See, as a coach, I don't get behind that statement like that because, for me, when we would play, my boys, we would go out there, and it was the thing about my last group that I had. They would size up competition before games. So while they're warming up on the other end, we're warming up, but watching them warm up and at the same time. So they're sizing them, especially if it was an all-white team. I used to tell them about them all-white teams. Don't them white boys gonna come out here and smack y'all. I'm telling you. So, but like it was like
all ball movement and fundamentals.
Bro, beat you with straight fundamentals and will smack you from the volleyball line, shoot the leather off the ball. I'm telling you, bro, crazy. But like it was like it was that same thing. It's like when they would size up the competition, we'd be down. They'd be like, "Oh, coach, we're just playing around with them, that all this kind of stuff." I'm like, listen, I don't like playing this catch up underdog game. I want to put my foot on their neck from the beginning, and I want to keep my foot on their neck not just this game, all summer long. I want them to remember this suffocation. So the next time they see us, not in the gym, the next time they see us on the list, on the roster as one of the potential teams they're going to play that weekend, I want them to remember that suffocation. I want the coach to talk about it. I want the parents to talk about it. That's
suit up from paper dares right now.
Give me a come
I'm telling you, bro, that's what it was. So it's like this underdog mentality. No, it's like you put your foot on the neck.
Yeah, and when were they the underdog? They started the superhero thing anyway. So how are you the underdog? When were you ever the underdog?
You started all of this. The fact that you're sitting up here talking about, I like we're the underdog. Yeah, that is sad.
Sad. Yeah, it really is.
The underdog? What are you?
They chose this underdog. They made themselves that when they obtained the X-Men rights in 2019 and went, we know what? We're not going to do an X-Men movie. We got Eternals. We've got
paid for it too. Paid $70 million for the Fox and didn't make a movie. Like Avatar was, and that was already made pretty much. Avatar was already made when they purchased it. The first movie that Disney has made under the Fox umbrella will be Deadpool and Wolverine.
What about Planet of the Apes?
Yeah, Planet of the Apes.
That's true too. Planet of the Apes. That's true too.
My bad. Planet of the Apes was the first one.
Actually, that Predator movie would be. What was it?
You're just wrong, Marcus.
No. I don't think
the Hulu one.
That was a Hulu. Yeah, did Hulu make that?
But Disney owns Hulu, and they've now merged with Hulu.
At that time that they had Hulu, they
were scared to put it out. They were playing the underdog game, scared to put it out, and they missed out on a lot of money. That's all that was. See, that's why when
the movie.
Yeah, when you be the underdog, you miss out. You lose. You don't go to the championship with underdog.
Dark Phoenix was completed. New Mutants they had. They're like, let's just see what's going on during the lockdowns, and it underperformed. But whatever, it was a free movie. But yeah, I think Rise or Kingdom was the
Kingdom
one
of the Planet of the Apes, and it's doing phenomenal in the box office right now. I don't know if anybody's seen it. Great installment to the films.
Yeah, that's
They want
highlight.
to, yeah, they want to do 9 more. They want to do 9 more of them. And this trilogy that Wes Ball has started, that first one, that was really well done. Was really well done. And I think it kind of spells out when the main protagonist ape is speaking to the main character ape. I think they're going that Mark Wahlberg, the end of the Mark Wahlberg Planet of the Apes film, where
that's where they're headed toward.
I think that's where they're going. Yeah, the conversation he was having with him. What'd you say, Blue?
That was like a time travel situation, all right?
Yeah,
that was a time travel situation.
It was a time travel situation, but I think something because I don't want to spoil anything for it if you haven't seen the movie, but it's like I think they're going that route. I think they're eventually going into where the apes are the Lincoln Memorial or Lincoln Monument, and you got them as police officers. The humans are on leashes, all that type of stuff. Like I think that's the route they're going, and that's where I really want it to go. I hated that with Mark Wahlberg's. We didn't get a follow up to that, even though Mark Wahlberg's wasn't that great. It was just the point that it was like, damn, we're there. We're at that point.
Can I ruin y'all's fandom for Planet of the Apes real fast?
Oh God.
I don't mean to. I just have a question. Is anybody off put by the structure of these movies? The idea of the apes kind of evolving, learning, thinking, speaking, walking on 2 feet. They're trying to show an evolution, a gradual evolution from pets, from test subjects, from just kind of docile beings to rulers of the earth. Does that send any messages to y'all?
Are we talking racial messages?
Does it feel? I just don't see a lot of black people in these movies, but I see.
There's not, and then you know if you.
But I see a lot of monkeys.
It's
franchise is that when these monkeys,
it is purposefully done. Yes,
we are all going to be obsolete. We're gonna get sick. They're gonna take us over. They're gonna make us slaves. That sounds like some fear mongering that I've heard before.
If you go back to the original ones that were made.
I wasn't even gonna go back that far, Darius.
Oh well,
we can talk about
that's where a lot of that. The Watts riots. The Watts riots, how that was complained.
The original film was released on the anniversary of Martin Luther King's death.
Oh well, there you go. I didn't know that fact. I just knew that they compared like that the one of all of the old ones that's not a PG or it's a PG rating. The one where the apes have the guns and they're rioting and they base it off the Watts riots.
Yeah.
Did you see the same Screen Crush video I saw?
I did see the same Screen Crush video. Yes. Where they were talking about the timeline and how it all makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
What gave it away is when you said there was one that was PG because Ryan was making a focus to say all of them were G.
All of them were G except that one was PG. Yeah. I did watch that. So yeah, that was news to me. I didn't know that it was based off of the Watts riots deal. But no, I see it. I was thinking it too. Even when I was watching the dude that plays the main ape on Good Morning America, he was doing his ape shit. I was thinking now if I was to get up there.
I think it's a double entendre on that. Though. It's done so they don't get the black backlash of having, black people next to apes and all of that. But then at the same time, it's niggas.
If there's no black humans walking around and all the apes that took over and it's just the white folks that's enslaved,
there you go,
man. Okay, and you know what really hit me to it? It was like I think it was the second movie where Caesar gets killed, right? There's
the third one, yeah.
Where is that the third one? My bad.
Yeah.
When they're walking through the forest, the soldiers are, and you can see on one of the soldiers' helmets it say "monkey lover." I'm like,
oh yeah. That's the third one. That's the third one. Yep.
What we really doing here, man? What are we doing? What are we doing?
There's a lot of franchises that I'll be falling in love with and I just don't ride for the Planet of the Apes franchise.
You feel me?
So,
It's too subliminal. It is too
Come on now.
Stamina MC has a comment, and Stamina, sir, we don't got to do that. Well, because what happens if one day Ryan Airy comes on and he's like, recast T'Challa? I really think they need to. Like, then what? Does he get on your nerves anymore? Like, what do we? Why besmirch our peers? You know, they could easily become beacons of positivity with their audience.
Chill, I'm so glad you're so positive, man. You always a positive dude. You always a positive dude. And then after the show go off, and then I tell you what they be talking about behind your back, you're like, what? Yeah, man.
No, but there are people who I do think that way about. It's just never online. Like, it's best not to, I don't know, antagonize other YouTubers to get us to say something about Ryan Airy, and then he comes back and then he does something with his powers, and he lets people know, not these guys, and then no winning.
I like the beefs. I invite the beef sometimes. Depends who it is. Who is it? Like I was all for the beef. I wanted the smoke with
Okay, hold on. Please don't finish the sentence.
I've said his name. I've said his name before. It's what's his name? That used to be on fucking Evos and New Rock Stars with them. What's his name?
Oh, you talk about
you. I know what's his name? He's not gonna talk to you.
MT.
There you go. Master MT. Master T. Yeah. All right, Chill. I'm done. Chill. Chill looks visibly uncomfortable.
Look at your live chat. Say it. And Gray's laughing. Not again. 90s laughing.
Oh, that's funny. No. Okay. But Blue, we do appreciate you coming in with us tonight, brother. We're gonna get with you outside of this, but we do appreciate you coming and giving your thoughts.
Okay, man. Y'all take it easy. Y'all be safe, man, and keep the conversation going. Recast the chop.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Have a good night.
All right.
Is somebody else coming?
No, that is it.
I want to say something about DC because I think Raymond brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 1 is out. I saw Superwoman. I saw a whole bunch of characters, and he announced 10 of these things, and it's pretty Caucasian. Amanda Waller, sure, but that's a TV show. Green Lanterns, but we know how I feel about Jon Stewart Green Lantern. So I'm not like it's like to say like, yo, I'm open and DC's about to take it. DC hasn't shown me anything.
Yeah, no, DC hasn't shown me anything either. Outside of that terrible CW suit, but they haven't shown me anything either. So I have to wait and see. That's another one. That's that 2025 time frame with Fantastic Four. That's still that. That's gonna be a discussion. That one, I really can't wait to see who dominates the box office that weekend. It's gonna be interesting.
Superman.
You think?
Yeah.
You think Superman?
Yeah, because what will Fantastic Four be coming off of? Marvel will be coming off of Thunderbolts and
oh shit, you're right.
Maybe Falcon New World Order, maybe, but I forget the order of these things. Marvel doesn't have anything.
You're right. Well, damn.
And what TV shows? The momentum from Ironheart. Like what momentum is Marvel?
Oh yeah, you're damn right. You are damn right. They are on zero momentum. So it is. Kal-El's gonna take it for sure.
What movie is coming out first? The Joker movie or Superman? I think it's
Joker,
right?
Joker's this year.
Joker bombs.
I don't think it's gonna do
what he's supposed to do.
I don't think Joker's gonna do what they are expecting. It's not doing that billion that the first one did.
Well, it didn't cost much to make.
No, it didn't.
This one did. This one cost close to $300 million, I thought. For all of the show tunes that they bought that they had to get cleared.
There's 15 cover songs in this. There are going to be 15 cover songs in this movie.
That's a lot of licensing. I know they ain't picking woozy songs. Not with Lady Gaga.
I was just about to say, and I'm sure she's singing 10 of them.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So you got to pay her for that voice too.
Agreed to do this movie. Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn made about as much sense as a laceless shoe. Until you find out that she's going to be singing through a third of the movie.
Yeah, she's going to be singing through a third of the film. Yeah, I'm sure. So, but that's any final thoughts? That's kind of the news tonight, everybody. Good size audience tonight, I will say. appreciate everybody hanging out and being here and chatting with us. Again, we're going to do this every Thursday, so we'll be back this coming Thursday. I think it's Chill's turn to host, so we'll be on Chill's channel.
I'm fine with doing it on your channel all the time, just because your viewership is higher. But we can talk about that later, actually. Okay,
that's fun. Yeah, but we're going to do this every Thursday. We're going to try to do the call-ins and things like that. Maybe not every Thursday, but when we can. I want to get everybody's thoughts and just continue to grow the community, continue to grow the viewership on all three platforms. So we do appreciate everybody being here. Marcus, Chill, anything else you guys want to say? Shout out your channels.
Shout out the Back of the Bus podcast. Come check in with us on Sunday afternoon. We live stream all of our episodes for the week. And then if you miss us on Sunday, catch the replays on Wednesday and Thursday during the week.
Same thing with Chillmonger. Subscribe to me. I'll be talking about this $200 million Joker 2.
200 million. There it is. That's a lot. It's still a lot of money for a musical. Holy shit.
It is. Tomorrow, I don't want to get anybody's hopes up because, we be on that PC, but PCT, sorry. We might be live tomorrow. We might not. It really just depends on what me, Corey, and Q. It depends on what the news is. Do we feel like is there anything worth really getting here and talking about, or do we just want to come hang out, whatever? But we may be live tomorrow. If not, then I will of course see you guys next week. But I do appreciate everybody hanging out. Like, subscribe to all of these two beautiful channels as well, and we will see all of you guys in the next video. Peace out. Thanks for hanging.